Thank you for agreeing to take part in this video interview today. Could you tell me your name and the name of your organisation, please?
Well, firstly, thank you very much for asking us to be part of it. It's quite a privilege. My name is Martin and I work for Chestnut Tree House Children's Hospice.
Okay, good to have you with us. And can you please briefly describe the work of Chestnut Tree House, the Children's Hospice?
Well, we look after children with life-limiting conditions, and it's not just the children, it's actually the families as well, because obviously you've got carers and they might be brothers or sisters, as well as the parents or grandparents. So sometimes you have, because the child is very much in need of like medical help, maybe the parents carry on working and the grandparents take over, or the grandparents actually carry on working and don't give up their, to be pensioners, whilst the parents look after them as well.
And Martin, how did you get involved with this? Your particular interest in getting into the job you're doing now?
I don't want to sound corny, but I wanted to make a difference. I'd been a sales marketing manager for very successful construction companies, and I wanted to give something back. So yeah, I'm a community fundraiser. So I'm out there working with the schools and the colleges. I'm working with businesses of all different sizes, working with the Freemasons and the Rotarians and Round Tables, that kind of organisation. Lots of good causes, and yeah, raising money for Chestnut Tree House.
Okay, thank you. And now, for the purposes of the video, where is Chestnut Tree House physically based? What's your location of it, and how many volunteers and staff are there involved with the whole operation?
Well, we operate all the way through the whole of Sussex, then into South Hampshire as well. There are about 52 children's hospices throughout the UK, and whereas you have lots of adults hospices for each major town or major area, there's actually only one children's hospice that serves the whole of the county. So it's East and West Sussex. So our hospice is based in Arundel, just outside of Arundel, on some land that we were donated, but we have a care team that operates out of an office in Eastbourne and goes out in the community to provide all the care to those families and the children.
And how long has it been established?
We first opened our doors back in 2003 with 30 children, 30 families actually coming to the hospice. And it's just got bigger and bigger over the years. So yeah, we're now looking after 300 families across the county.
And in the looking after those 300 families, how many staff, how many volunteers are there, about approximately?
Oh, we've got volunteers who, I mean, some are so active. They're out marshalling at events, they're cheerleading at runs, they're tin collectors, they are out helping in the community, doing fundraising events. So some volunteers just they're amazing. We've got one she's turning 50 this year, and she wants to do 50 challenges, and so she's doing a skydive, she's doing a wing walk, she's doing an abseil. So last week she was doing an abseil, last Saturday. She's challenged herself to do 50 cake bakes throughout the year, and she's already actually made 140 cakes that people order from her. And she started off with Victoria sponges and then just made amazing chocolate cakes, and so we've got certain volunteers who just, you can't stop them. So I mean, it runs into hundreds of volunteers who do different things on different scales. And then other volunteers who just do a one-off event each year. And then throughout the organisation, we've got finance, we've got fleet managers, we've got, we're a big organisation. So there's about 500 volunteers, 500 employees. Wow. And something like 2,000 volunteers that we've actually got on our books.
That's bigger than I could have imagined. So with the hospice itself, how many beds or how many respite places or day places? Just give me an idea of the scale of the place.
Yeah, so in our hospice, so Chestnut Tree House Hospice, there's 8 beds that we tend to use on a regular basis, we always keep some free just in case, because if a child needs end of life care, we'll accommodate them. So we always keep a number of beds free just in case.
Mm.
And that's not only for children that we've had a relationship, families we've had, an ongoing relationship with. So as soon as a child comes to us and we have their prognosis, they get 14 days a year actually in the hospice themselves, as well as care in the community. But if, for example, a child dies in a car accident, or there's a fire or a drowning, that family could then actually make use of STARS, which is a special suite at the hospice, and take it over for themselves whilst they deal with the funeral directors. So it's not a usual relationship that we have with the public and with the people, our service users, but our care team are out in the community all over the place, providing maybe an hour or a day support, maybe overnight respite as well. So yeah, it's not just in the hospice itself; it's actually out in the community.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I now understand the breadth of of what you do. Is there anything you'd like to tell us about Chestnut Tree House that perhaps you think I might not know enough to ask about? Is there anything you think that, or the people listening to this or watching this video might need to hear that hasn't come up in one of the questions so far?
Well, it's funny because people often associate hospice with end of life care, and because we have an ongoing relationship with the children and the families, a lot of the time it's just fun. It's absolute fun that we're providing. So we've got some amazing supporters. So Not Catch Adventure Park, for example, which is only just down the road, they never charge our service users to actually go in, and our care teams quite often take 2 or 3 children along there, or just by themselves, just to have fun. And it's about making memories, because it is children with life limiting conditions, and we have to deal with that as well, end of life care. But I mean, we've got a team, activities team, actually in the house. We recently had a young guy in there for the very first time, and whilst they were there, the weather was fantastic, the sun was out, it was nice and warm, and he said, can we have a water fight? And so the activities team were like, yeah, why not? So out with the guns, and there was water balloons and all the rest of it. And it's to provide that level of care and support. And if children want to go into the hydrotherapy pool, they can be free of the wheelchairs and just be liberated for an hour of activity and fun and splashing around. And I mean, obviously it takes a lot of money to actually provide all the services, and the families are never charged anything. And so we do have to cover all those costs, which is why, as a professional fundraiser, I'm out there all the time. But it might be £50 to actually get somebody in the pool, because it's got to be cleansed afterwards. There's a lifeguard, there's maybe a couple of the care team as well in there, and all that costs money. So that's why we're so busy doing our fundraising. And yeah, it's amazing how much support we actually get from the community. And I've got to say thank you to everybody who does contribute.
Yeah, it's important. So you've touched on this already, but what are your most urgent needs at this time? What does Chestnut Tree House most need? Is it bigger premises, more people, money, whatever? What's the most urgent need?
Well, I get asked what's happened about the pandemic and how it's affected us. And obviously we weren't able to get out there and do the fundraising at organised events. I mean, we've got Hit the Downs, which is a mountain bike event coming up soon, and they were cancelled. And so many events were cancelled or postponed. And luckily we're going to have the Castle Night Trek at Hurstman Zoo Castle next year, and we've got an episode that happened last weekend, and we've got other events being organised. And obviously in September we're coming to yours as well. And it's just lovely to be out there meeting the public, and that's what our volunteers have been so keen to actually do. So it's the opportunities to actually be out there again, which we're so looking forward to, and doing the fundraising, because we need money to actually keep the hospice going. I mean, we were affected quite severely by the lack of income, and it'll be a tough couple of years ahead of us. But we're strong, we're in a good position, and we're keen to actually be part of the community again.
And yeah, so we're looking forward to having you with us at this Support Our Seaford Charities event on the 5th of September. So this will be 5 of the town service organisations organising a large event on the Martello Fields, and the charities will take part on the basis of whatever you raise on the day you keep. And we look for a large and hopefully very successful fundraising day for all the charities, including Chestnut Tree House, who will be involved with us. So thank you for your time.
We'll be there.
And it's good to have a talk with you. And this will be then posted to the Mayor's Facebook. So thank you again for your time with us.
I appreciate it. We all appreciate it, Chestnut Tree House. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thank you.